In April 2025, Microsoft released a research paper called UFO2, the Desktop AgentOS. The idea of this UFO is for you being able to prompt and your Windows computer being able to execute your actions. For example, I have run it to create Word documents. I have tried to run it to create a cat painting, which ultimately was not successful because it got stuck in a loop. And I have run it in order to switch the music which I'm playing. It's extremely slow, but I think still interesting to show you how it works. Generally, this is a bit more code heavy. There's no exe or installation file. What will happen is that you will go to this link here, which I'm going to copy and to paste in the comments on GitHub. And then you will need to open the command line. Yes, I know, the command line. So it's not for everyone. On Windows 10 or 11, you will clone the Git repo and you will install the requirements. This also, of course, requires a Python installation if you don't have one. So basically, it's not, let's say, for the average daily user, but it's interesting to experiment with it. And then setting up your OpenAI API key. I've tried ChatGPT-5 or GPT-5 in OpenAI and GPT-4. And then you will be able to chat with it. I'll give a practical demo because I think installation is beyond the scope of this little overview. If you do want a separate installation video, please comment below. Please give me the full step-by-step installation video and I'll create one from scratch. So showing you how to install Python, how to open the command line, and also what I needed to do to modify the files so that it would actually run on my computer. But right now, let's get into a little bit of a practical demonstration. This is the necessary request, Python -m UFO --task, and then you give the task a name, for example. And here you will enter your request to be completed. Now this can be anything which relates to your Windows desktop applications. I'll give it an example prompt here, instructing it to create a letter, and this completely in natural language using Microsoft Word, and asking it to save it to my documents. So every one of these steps takes quite a bit of time. That's why I'm going to shorten it by pausing and re-recording. It's opened Word. And is giving the reasoning behind it. So it said that it can be completed using Word. Now it wants to start a new blank document. It wants to close the document recovery plane. I'm not really happy with that, to be honest. I need the document recovery pane. So it's created a new document. Now it's entering the actual text. I will scroll in. clicked Save As. As you see, it also changed the name as instructed by me to Warren and Bill docx. It's asking whether to actually, that's something unexpected which I didn't see before. So it's saying whether we should say yes or no. So we can say yes here. And then finally it will evaluate the session. I'll show you the evaluation in a bit, but let's switch back to the document first. So one thing which you should probably notice is that there was some interference from my side when I scrolled in or zoomed in, which interfered with the typing of the text. There's a plan where they want to create a picture-in-picture for a virtual machine, which will then run these commands in the virtual machine, so it will not interfere with your main work desktop, which is probably a good thing. The other thing is it didn't correct the results, so it didn't, as a human would, didn't go in and see, okay, like there has been some interference, I need to change it and to fix it. But it used the right name, it saved it to my documents folder, as I instructed it, and it used the right application. And apparently also this just cost me $1.14. Possibly the cost is not correctly set up, but judge for yourself. Do you think this is something usable at this stage? Comment below what you think about it. My verdict is, do see that this is a bit like the one of the first computers, which were very weak, and where computers are today, and how they grew quite exponentially throughout the ages. So this technology, I should say, give it maybe 3 years and it will be mainstream. So you will actually instruct your computer what to do, and possibly not using text. And of course you will not have to install all these things, but it will ship by default with Windows 12 or whatever. And you will just tell it, okay, like open a new document, create these things, write a letter to Bill Gates or whatever. And it will do it for you, and it will save his documents. It will essentially, it will be like working with a personal assistant, which is sitting side by side with you. I think this is interesting technology, but right now it's more experimental and not really useful for day-to-day work. Thank you for watching. I do have a newsletter. I will post the... If you want to subscribe to my newsletter, go to this URL, get.businessbreeze.de/local, and you'll get a nice slide pack about the current state of LLM for local LLM hardware. Thanks for watching. That's it from me today for Microsoft UFO2 or squared, and comment below what other video wishes you have. Windows Desktop Automation is a big one. We're going to continue to explore it.